Hi, welcome back to my channel, Second PUC Accountancy. Learn, understand, and excel. Today, we are going to see Chapter 3 Retirement of a Partner. In this chapter, we are going to see first the introduction and the basic concepts of retirement of a partner. Let's see now, under retirement of a partner, what is the meaning of retirement or retirement of a partner? If any partner voluntarily leaves the partnership firm, maybe due to the following reasons: old age, bad health, or any other reasons, this is called as retirement of a partner. In simple, when a partner leaves the firm due to his old age, bad health, or any other reason, it is known as retirement of a partner. In this case, the firm continues with the remaining partners, and as a result, there is a need for reconstitution of a partnership firm. Now, let us see what are the accounting concepts involved in retirement of a partner. So, under retirement of a partner, the revaluation of assets and liabilities are to be made. That is, we need to adjust the profit or loss on the revaluation to all the partners, including the retiring partner. Next, we have to distribute the accumulated profits and losses, that includes reserve, reserve fund, profit and loss account, which is given in the balance sheet. And the third aspect is with regard to the treatment of goodwill. And fourth, there should be the settlement of amount due to the retiring partner. And then the adjustment of the capital to be made if it is required. So these are the special aspects that are involved in the retirement of a partner. And then we need to make an adjustment of new profit sharing ratio and gain ratio in the retirement of a partner. So these are the aspects involved in the retirement of a partner. Now we will see very important calculation under retirement of a partner, that is calculation of new profit sharing ratio. First, let us understand what is new profit sharing ratio. New profit sharing ratio is the ratio in which the remaining partners share their future profits after retirement of a partner. So the formula here to calculate the new profit sharing ratio will be new ratio is equal to old ratio plus share gained, or we can call it as acquired share. So this is the formula for calculating the new profit sharing ratio. Now, why do we need this new profit sharing ratio? Why is it required? So new profit sharing ratio is required to determine the remaining partner's share of profits of the firm in future after gaining the share of a retiring partner. So we need to know what will be the future profits that has to be distributed among the continuing partners. So for that, we need to calculate the new profit sharing ratio. And also to make adjustments of partners' capital, we need to calculate the new profit sharing ratio. So this is the need to calculate new profit sharing ratio when a partner retires in a firm. Now, let us see how to calculate the new profit sharing ratio. Now, the calculation of new profit sharing ratio can be done on two conditions. So let's see the first condition, when the old ratio and the share gained is given to us. So in that case, what is the sum given here? M, N, and O are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 4:3:2. N retires from the firm and his share is gained by M and O as 2/9 and 1/9. Calculate the new profit sharing ratio of M and O. So this is the question given here. So if you see in this question, we have the old ratio and also we have the share gained or acquired by the existing partners after retirement of a partner. So first, let's see what is the formula to calculate the new profit sharing ratio. New profit sharing ratio is equal to old ratio plus the share gained. Now let's write down what are the information given in the question. We have old ratio of M, N and O. So M, it is 4, that is 4 by 9, which is the total of the ratio. 4 is to 3 is to 2. It will be 4 by 9, and N will be 3, which will be written as 3 by 9, and O is 2, which is written as 2 by 9. So this is the old ratio given in the question. And the partner who is retiring is N. N is retiring from the firm. And his share is gained by M and O in the ratio of 2 by 9 and 1 by 9, which is also given in the question. So with this information, we are going to calculate the new profit sharing ratio, that is equals to old ratio plus the share gained. So let's see the new profit sharing ratio of M, that is 4 by 9, which is the old ratio, plus the share gained, that is 2 by 9. So when we find the LCM, the highest denominator, common denominator will be 9, and which will be 4 plus 2, which will be equal to 6 by 9. That is the new share of M. So now the new share of O will be equal to old share is 2 by 9 plus the share gained, that is 1 by 9, which will be equal to 9 will be the common denominator, 9, and the numerator will be 2 plus 1, which will be equal to 3 by 9. So this is the new profit sharing ratio of M and O. So we'll just take and write it. Therefore, the new profit sharing ratio of M and O will be 6 by 9 and 3 by 9, which can also be written as 6 is to 3, or we can simplify it and write it as 2 is to 1. So this is the new profit sharing ratio when the old ratio and the share gained is given to us in the question. Now let us see the second condition to calculate the new profit sharing ratio. Second condition, they have given us the old ratio and the gaining ratio. So see this question given here. Naveen, Suresh and Tarun are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 5 is to 3 is to 2. Suresh retires from the firm and his share was acquired by Naveen and Tarun in the ratio of 2 is to 1. Calculate the new profit sharing ratio of Naveen and Tarun. Now in this particular question, they have given us the old ratio and the gaining ratio. So first let us see what has to be done. The information given here is old ratio of Naveen, Suresh and Tarun. Naveen is 5 by 10. 10 is nothing but the total of the ratios of all the three partners, and Suresh will be 3 by 10 and Tarun will be 2 by 10. This is the old ratio given in the question. And who is retiring here? Suresh. Suresh is retiring and his share is given as 3 by 10, which I have written it here. Now, what is the next information given to us? That is the gaining ratio, or we call it as gain ratio. So Naveen's gain ratio is 2 by 3 and Tarun's gain ratio is 1 by 3. This is the information given to us now. Now with the given information, we are going to calculate the new profit sharing ratio. So new profit sharing ratio will be old share plus the share gained. Again, I am repeating, the new profit sharing ratio is equals to old share plus share gained. So we need to find out the new profit sharing ratio of the existing partners, Naveen and Tarun. So Naveen's here, first and foremost, the first step is we need to calculate the share gained, which is not given in the question. We have only gaining ratio. So with the help of that, we need to find out the share gain. So the first step is share gained is equals to gain ratio multiplied by the retiring partner's share. That is, the retiring partner's share and the gain ratio should be multiplied. So let us find the share gained by Naveen, that is 2 by 3 into 3 by 10, which will be 2 by 10. So we will cancel the 3's, so the remaining will be 2 by 10. Next, share gained by Tarun will be his gain ratio is equal to 1 by 3 into 3 by 10, that is the new partners. So again cancel the common numbers. So it will be 1 by 10. That is the share gained by Tarun. Now with this, we need to find out the new profit sharing ratio, that is step 2. Now we need to find out the second step, that is new profit sharing ratio. New profit sharing ratio is equals to old share plus share gained. So the new profit sharing ratio of Naveen will be old share is given as 5 by 10 plus the gain ratio is 2 by 10, which will be equal to the common denominator is 10 plus the numerator will be 5 plus 2, which will be 7 divided by 10. And the new share of Tarun will be the old share is 2 by 10, which is given here in the question, plus the gain ratio, that is 1 by 10. So the common denominator is 10, and therefore the numerator will be 2 plus 1 by 10, which will be 3 by 10. So this is the new share of Naveen and Tarun, which we are going to take and write here. New profit sharing ratio will be 7 by 10 is to 3 by 10, which can be written as 7 is to 3. So this is the new profit sharing ratio when the old ratio and gaining ratio are given. So this is the second case to calculate the new profit sharing ratio. Now we will see the next aspect, that is gaining ratio. The gaining ratio is another aspect under retiring partner. So what is the meaning of gaining ratio? Extra share that is acquired by the continuing partners due to the retirement of a partner is called as gaining ratio. And the formula here is gaining ratio is equals to new share minus the old share. Why this gaining ratio is required on retirement? This gaining ratio is required to adjust the retiring partner's share of goodwill among the continuing partners or existing partners. So this gain ratio or gaining ratio is to be calculated on retirement of a partner. So gaining ratio is equals to new share minus old share. So now let us see how to calculate the gain ratio or gaining ratio when the old ratio of the partners and the new ratio of the partners is given. So how to calculate the gaining ratio? With a small example, with an example. Barney, Rani and Sony are partners in a firm sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 4 is to 3 is to 2. Sony retires from the firm. Barney and Rani agreed to share the future profits equally. So when we say equally, the ratio will be 1 is to 1. Calculate gaining ratio of Barney and Rani. So here we need to calculate the gaining ratio of the existing partners. So what is gaining ratio here? It is the ratio in which the existing partners will gain the profit from the retiring partner. So first let us write down the information given to us. Old ratio is equal to Vani is 4 by 9. 9 is nothing but the total of their old ratios, and Rani will be 3 by 9 and Sony will be 2 by 9. And what is given next is the in this Sony is retiring, and we have the future profit sharing ratio, that is new ratio, where they are sharing equally. So Vani will be 1 by 2 and Rani will be 1 by 2, as it is 1 is to 1. So now with this, we need to calculate the gaining ratio. The formula to calculate the gaining ratio is equals to new share minus the old share. So the gaining ratio of Vani will be equal to new share is 1 by 2 minus the old share, that is 4 by 9, which will be equal to, now see here how to calculate the LCM. You have to just cross multiply to make it as a common denominator. So cross multiply the denominators with the numerators to make it as a common denominator. So the denominator will be 18. So 1 into 9 will be 9 minus 4 twos are 8, which will be equal to 1 by 18. Next, new share of Rani will be 1 by 2 minus the old share, that is 3 by 9. Again here we are going to convert it to a common denominator, cross multiplying the denominators to get the common denominator. So it will be 18 is the common denominator, and 1 into 9 is 9, 3 into 2 is 6, which will be 3 by 18. So this is the gaining ratio of Vani and Rani. So gaining ratio of Vani and Rani will be 1 and 3. 1 is to 3. So this is the gaining ratio of Vani and Rani when the old ratio and the new ratio is given to us. Now let's see another sum under the calculation of gain ratio or gaining ratio when the old ratio and the new ratios are given. Now this is another example. Amit, Dinesh and Gagan are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 1 by 2, 3 by 10 and 1 by 5 respectively. Dinesh retires from the firm and Amit and Gagan decide to share the profits of a new firm in the ratio of 3 is to 2. So we have the old ratio and also we have the new ratio in the question. So we need to calculate the gaining ratio of Amit and Gagan. Now if you see here the ratios given here for the old partners, it is not given as per a proper ratio. So we need to convert it where they do not have the common denominators. It should be converted to the common denominator. So Amit is having 1 by 2 and Dinesh is having 3 by 10 and Gagan is having 1 by 5. To make a complete ratio, all should have the common denominators. So here the highest denominator is 10. So we are going to convert the other two denominators to 10. So here for Amit, 1 by 2. So 2 can be converted into 10 by multiplying the numerator and the denominator by 5. So we will get 5 by 10. And Dinesh will remain as it is 3 by 10. And for Gagan, 5, it should be multiplied by 2. The numerator and the denominator should be multiplied by 2 to make the denominator 10, which will be 2 by 10. So now the ratios can be written as 5 is to 3 is to 2. So this will be the old ratio of the partners. Now what is given next? We have the new profit sharing ratio, and who is retiring here? Dinesh is retiring, whose ratio is 3 by 10. And the new profit sharing ratio given here among Amit and Gagan is 3:2. So Amit is 3, that is 3 by 5, and Gagan is 2, 2 by 5. So with this given information, we are going to calculate the gaining ratio. The gaining ratio formula is equals to new share minus the old share. So first, the gaining ratio of Amit will be new share of Amit is 3 by 5, which is given here, minus the old share, that is 5 by 10, which we had calculated, which will be again here we need to convert it to the common denominator. So the highest denominator is 10. 5 can be converted to 10 by multiplying it by 2 and dividing it by 2. So it will be 3 2s are 6 by 10, 6 minus 5 by 10, which will be equal to 1 by 10. Next, we have to find out the gaining ratio of Gagan, whose new share is 2 by 5 minus the old share, that is 2 by 10. So again here it has to be converted to the highest denominator 10. So the first fraction can be multiplied and divided by 2 to make it 10. So it will be 2 2s are 4 minus 2 divided by 10, which will be 2 by 10. So this is the gaining ratio of Amit and Gagan. So the gaining ratio of Amit and Gagan will be 1 by 10 and 2 by 10, which can also be written as 1:2. So this is how the gaining ratio between the existing partners is to be calculated. Hope it is clear, students. We will see other aspects under the retirement of a partner in the next video. Thank you.